Alright, right now I'm going to explain about background of the issues. Malaysia Airline or MAS, Malaysia National Carrier, faced several financial difficulties between 2011 and 2014. The situation worse after the tragic MH370 disappearance and MH17 tragedy in 2014, which severely affected public confidence. Years of poor management decisions and competition from budget airlines such as AirAsia also contribute to heavy financial losses. In 2014, Khazanah Nasional Berhad, the government's investment arm, launched a 6 billion ringgit recovery plan to save the airline. As part of this plan, a new company called Malaysia Airline Berhad or MAB was established to replace the old MAS in 2015. Approximately 6,000 employees were retrenched, while around 40,000 were offered re-employment in MAP. This restructuring became one of Malaysia's major industrial relations issues due to large-scale job losses and allegations of unfair dismissal. So in this slide, I'm going to explain about key parties and main challenges. Who is the key parties? Malaysia Airlines, MAS or MAP, Khazanah Nasional Berhad, MASU, Malaysia Airline System Employees Union, Ministry of Human Resources, and Industrial Relations Department or Jabatan Perhubungan Perusahaan, JPP. Right now, I'm going to explain about the challenges faced. Employers, financial crisis, overstaffing, and the need to follow labour laws during restructuring. What about the employees? Job insecurity, emotional distress, and dissatisfaction over compensation. Both parties face difficulties balancing business survival with fair employment practices, making this a critical case for HR and industrial relations in Malaysia. So in this slide, I'm going to explain about key parties and main challenges. Who is the key parties? Malaysia Airlines, MAS or MAP, Khazanah Nasional Berhad, MASU, Malaysia Airline System Employees Union, Ministry of Human Resources, and Industrial Relations Department or Jabatan Perhubungan Perusahaan, JPP. Right now, I'm going to explain about the challenges faced. Employers, financial crisis, overstaffing, and the... So in this slide, I'm going to explain about method to resolve industrial dispute in Malaysia. Under Malaysian practice, there are 4 main methods to resolve industrial dispute as provided by the Industrial Relations Act 1967. These are: number 1, we have negotiation, a direct discussion between employers and employees or other unions to reach a mutual agreement. It aims to prevent escalation and maintain harmony. Secondly, we have conciliation. When negotiation fails, the dispute is referred to the Industrial Relations Department (JPP). A conciliation officer assists both parties to reach a settlement without going to a court. Section 18 IR Act 1967. Thirdly, we have arbitration, industrial court. If conciliation fails, the case is referred to the industrial court, where a chairman issues a legally binding decision. Section 20 IR Act 1967. And lastly, we have ministerial intervention. In serious or high-impact dispute, the Minister of Human Resources may intervene or refer the dispute to the industrial court for a fair resolution. Section 26 IR Act 19. What are the applications to Malaysia Airline case? In the Malaysian Airline restructuring case, negotiation took place between MAS management and MASU regarding retrenchment and compensation. Conciliation was carried out by the Industrial Relations Department to mediate complaints. Arbitration occurred when some employees file unfair dismissal cases with the industrial court. Ministerial intervention was applied since the issue involved thousands of employees and national interest. These steps show how industrial dispute resolution methods are implemented in real situations to protect both workers' rights and the employees' business continuity. What are the applications to Malaysia Airline case? In the Malaysian Airline restructuring case, negotiation took place between MAS management and MASU regarding retrenchment and compensation. Conciliation was carried out by the Industrial Relations Department to mediate complaints. Arbitration occurs when some employees file unfair dismissal cases with the industrial court. Ministerial intervention was applied since the issue involved thousands of employees and national interest. These steps show how industrial dispute resolution methods are implemented in real situations to protect both.
And okay, hi. Next, I can explain about the prevention flow of picture plan to how HR can prevent the same issue in the future. Okay, step one is monitor company performance yearly. Okay, for example, human resource should always monitor the company financial and operational performance. When early signs of loss or problem appear, HR human resource can prepare the strategy before the situation become serious. Okay, next I can explain the step two is yearly consultation with union and employees. Okay, before making major decision like restructuring or restructuring, human resource must discuss with trade union and employee representatives. This help to build trust and reduce conflict later. Okay, the next step three is offer retraining or job transfer option. Okay, this step three instead of removing employees directly, HR can offer retraining program or transfer them to other department or sister company. This shows care for employees' welfare. The step four, transference restructuring process. Okay, this restructuring is available. HR must follow legal procedure clearly and fairly. This includes giving proper notice, compensation, and explanation to all affected employees. Okay, the last step is step five. The last step is post restructuring support of after process. Okay, after the restructuring, HR should provide support. For example, career counseling, job statement of placement, or reemployment assistant. Can because this has maintained a good company image and positive relationship with ex-employees. The final line is by following this step, HR can prevent industrial dispute and maintain a fair, lawful, and stable relationship between management and employees. Okay, the next slide, the document human resources use. What is the HR use for document is which have the five document type of document. The first termination letter or retrenchment notice, which mean the first important important document is the termination letter of retrenchment notice. This letter officially inform employees that their position is not longer available. It includes the reason for termination, last working day, and details about compensation. Okay, the next is compensation statement under the Employment Act uh, 119.15.5 is the second document is under the Employment Act lah. It lists how much payment the employee will receive including notice pay and use leave and retirement benefit. Okay, the third employee list and selection criteria report. Next, human resource prepare an employees list and selection report. This document explains how HR decide which employee will be restricted, usually based on performance, seniority, and redundancy. Okay, the fourth is communication letter to union. Okay, community letters is another important document is the communication letter to the union. It is used to inform the trade union about the company's structuring plan and to invite discussion or consultation. The last is record of conciliation process. Lastly, the conciliation process record is kept to document meetings or discussion between the company, union, and the labor department. This record has proved that HR tried to settle the dispute peacefully and according to legal procedure.
Correct HR procedure to ensure legal and ethical compliance. 1. Compliance with labor law. As a human resource manager, we must follow all Malaysian labor law, such as the Employment Act 1955 and the Industrial Relation Act 1967. This means we need to provide proper notice or compensation before termination. Use fair method like last in, first out, and report any retrenchment to the Labour Department to ensure all action are legal and justified. Second one, fair and transparent communication. It is very important to communicate clearly with employees about the restructuring process. Human resource should inform staff early, explain the reason for the change, and discuss the plan with unions or representative. Open and honest communication helps reduce confusion, fear, and anger among employees. The third one, fair selection and evaluation process. When choosing which employees are affected by the restructuring, human resource must use fair and objective criteria such as performance, skills, and company needs. We must avoid any discrimination based on race, gender, or age. Every employee should be treated with respect and dignity throughout the process. Number 4, providing compensation and support. Human resource must ensure that affected employees receive fair compensation and assistance after termination. This includes paying severance package, offering counseling or job placement support, and even looking for redeployment opportunities within the company. Providing support shows that the company values its employees even in difficult times.
First, collaboration with government agency. Work with the Ministry of Human Resources and Industrial Relations Department to comply with labour laws. Ensure employees receive their EPF and social benefit properly. Next, engagement with union. Discuss with MACU on compensation, retaining, and job placement. Maintain transparent communication to avoid conflict or strike. Number 3 is direct communication with employees. Held briefings and internal memos to explain the restructuring process clearly. Provide counseling and career assistance for affected employees. Last is ensuring fair resolution process. Human Resource act as a mediator between management, government, and employees. Practice ethical, fair, and transparent decision making throughout the process.
So, in conclusion, the Malaysia Airlines restructuring controversy highlights the importance of fair, transparent, and lawful HR practices. By following Malaysia statutory dispute resolution methods, employers can manage industrial crises ethically while preserving industrial harmony. So, what can we learn here? The key lessons are effective industrial relations depends on communication, compliance, and compensation. So, in conclusion, the Malaysia Airlines restructuring controversy highlights the importance of fair, transparent and lawful HR practices. By following Malaysia statutory dispute resolution methods, employers can manage industrial crises ethically while preserving industrial harmony. So, what can we learn here? The key lessons are effective industrial relations depends on communication, compliance and compensation. So, in conclusion, the Malaysia Airlines restructuring controversy highlights the importance of fair, transparent and lawful HR practices. By following Malaysia statutory dispute resolution methods, employers can manage industrial